Well, I think that my job is to comfort people. That's my specific job, I feel. I've always feel that with my songs, I would like to comfort people when they're having trouble, make them feel better, that they're not alone, you know? That somewhere, in some place in the world, someone else understands, you know? And that not just me, lots of people feel this way, and it's all okay. You know, it's gonna be all right. And give them the encouragement to sort of get through whatever it is that they're going through. I also think my job is to not, to bring everybody in safely from all of different places in life, you know, and make them feel safe at my shows. That there's not a religious boundary, there's not a color boundary, there's not a lifestyle boundary. I don't care where you're from or what you do. That's not relevant here. We're all the same. That's what I try to, I guess, like the humanity, like that's what I'm trying to say, is like I think that it's all humanity. We're all the same, men, women, anything, all the same. And we all have the same problems, essentially. They have different faces. Like each person's problem will, like your problems have different faces than my problems. That's okay. We still have the same feelings. Like if you get hurt, it's the same as when I get hurt. We both feel hurt. And we both need comfort, and we need food and shelter and love and care. And it's not like all, you know, but it is. And that's what I feel that my job is right now. That's what, I don't know if that will change, but right now I feel that's my job. This is probably the most in-depth interview I've ever done in my life, which is good. People don't let me talk about this stuff, you know? They always want to know, like, whoa, what does Bruce Springsteen smell like? He smells great. That's what he smells. You know what he smells? He smells expensive. He smells fantastic. That's what they always want to know. And I'm like, what? Okay. Yeah. I love Bruce Springsteen. So does everybody. Next question. You know, like, geez. Or what's so special about New Jersey? I don't know. Nothing. I just live there. I don't know. If I was from here, I would. If I was from Zurich or something, I don't know. Maybe I'd be all about Zurich. I don't know. I will tell you one thing. This is one thing. You know what I don't like about music? This is the truth. We used to play, Gaslight used to play in the punk scene. Very, very punk. Very DIY. Only DIY. This is a long time ago. And when we used to play a show, right? We would play for the kids. And then at the end of the show, all of the kids and all the promoter, the people who cooked the food, people who cleaned the venue, the band, the kids, everyone. We would sit outside, we would sit around like this, maybe have a fire, have a beer, and we would just talk. Not about anything. We would just talk about music, talk about life, talk about politics, religion, anything you want to talk about. But we talked as equals. I find that now, sometimes, it's in people's minds like the band, like rock stars, and then the audience. I don't like that. I don't want to be treated like that. I want to have a normal conversation, because I'm not different than anyone else. No matter how famous my band gets, or I get, or whatever, I'm still the same person that was then, and I just want to communicate with people on an equal level. Like, I'm not better than you because I can play a guitar. That doesn't make me better than you. It doesn't make me special, it doesn't make me anything. It just means that I'm good at the guitar and you're good at something else, whatever that is. And I miss that a lot. I really miss that. Because sometimes I would love to just be treated like, sometimes I get grabbed at, you know, like, oh, take a picture with me, you know, or people stick the camera in your face, like, right like this. But you have to think that, like, you know, I'm a big believer in, like, human rights and dignity, like that every person, no matter who you are, man, woman, child, black, white, any color, that the basic human rights and respect is owed to everyone. Everyone. You know, whatever it is. You know, from the police to the government to the smallest poor person, the homeless person on the street. Respect to all. I would never go up to someone on the street that I didn't know and stick a camera in their face. I would never go up to a woman on the street and grab her on the arm or anywhere. I would never touch her, because you know why? Because it's not right. But when you get to the situation, sometimes, this doesn't happen often, it's only once in a while, and 99% of kids, totally cool. It's 1% that does it. They have too much to drink, they stick the camera in their face, they grab you by the neck, they grab you on the arm, put their arm around you, like too hard. That's not right, man. Like, I'm a human being. You gotta yo, I did not give you permission to do that. You cannot touch me if I'm firm on that. If I was a woman, people would go crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't touch people, like, that's not right. I think that's like, I'm not a property, you know? I'm not an animal in a zoo, you know? I don't even think you should poke the animals in the zoo. I don't even like zoos. I think they should be free. But I think that is something that discourages me a little bit about the mentality of, you know, musicians and actors and artists, and they're not gods. You know what I mean? They're not these celestial beings. They're just people. And they're just like you. And sometimes they're in a bad mood, you know? And I think but the human part of it really needs to be addressed. I think that's like a thing. Like, you gotta respect a person's, like I said, you know, dignity, equal, respect, everybody. Whether you agree, whether you disagree, it's none of your business what someone else does. Give them the respect that they deserve as a human being. We're all human beings, you deserve respect. That's what I think. Well, that's the thing, is that this is my own foolishness, because I never wanted to be famous. I wanted to be understood. Like, I wanted to write songs so I could communicate something with people who understood what I was saying and who wanted to come. My whole thing was only communication. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be a role model. I don't want to tell people what to think. I believe everyone should have free thought, and I think that they should make their own mind up, and I don't want to be a spokesperson. I don't want to be the voice of anybody, because you know what? I don't know the answers. I don't have the answers. I'm trying to figure it out as I go every day, you know, like, but I am concerned about people, you know? I'm concerned that they're treated well and that they're not, you know, treated poorly. I think that's not good, and especially in this day and age, there shouldn't be people, you know, fighting with people. There's a big thing right now in like North Carolina, like there's like a law that like with like people who are, you know, transgender, you know what that is? Yeah. Like people, like whether they can go to what bathroom they feel comfortable. And you know, I had a thought about that. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I've never had like an internal conflict where I feel like, am I a man or am I a woman? I've just never had that. So I don't understand it. You know, like I don't know how hard that must be, but I can sympathize and I can empathize with that, because I can see that it's hard and I can see that it's someone else's struggle, and I understand that. So it makes me feel for their struggle. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, I can't imagine if you were going to the bathroom, right? Just like regular, everybody's got to go to the bathroom, and you have to be afraid, am I going to get beat up or killed? Am I going to get stabbed in this bathroom because of the way that I look? That's not right. That's not right. That makes me sad, you know? Because they're people. It's none of your business what they do. You know what I mean? Like, and no one stops to think about that. Like, imagine how hard it is to go to your parents or your best friends and be like, hey, all my life I felt like I was the wrong body. How hard is that? That's gotta be impossible. And what if they don't understand? What if they kick you out of the house? What if they do, you know what I mean? Come on, man. And now you gotta worry about where you're gonna go to the bathroom? It's not right. I have to say something. I can't sit here and not say something. You know, I gotta say something because it's not right. Everyone should be safe. Even if there's somebody that disagrees with you, you gotta be safe. It doesn't matter. Like, if you disagree with somebody, you don't have to be violent towards them. That's what I mean when I think we need another Martin Luther King. Because they was like, he educated people through nonviolent protest. Nonviolent. And there's no Martin Luther King. Where are you? We need you today. Come on. It's certainly not Donald Trump. Come on. You know what I mean? Yeah. My father is not from America. He's from England. That's my father. And when he came over here, like, if they didn't let him in, I wouldn't be here. Because my mother was from Poland. And that's what we do. That's America. That's why we have that big statue of liberty from France. Because it's the Statue of Liberty. Come to me, all you know what I mean? Bring me your weary. Bring me, you know what I mean? That's what our country is about. And you can't change that. And they're worried about Mexico. I'm like, first of all, Mexico, I'll tell you what, I worked construction, okay? And I'm not trying to say that this is right, but a lot of times we would work with a Mexican or a Dominican or like Costa Rican or Puerto Rican like working crew, right? A lot of those guys, that's the jobs they get. I'm not trying to be like stereotypical, but when I was there was a couple white guys and a lot of people from Spanish descent, right? And I'll tell you what, not one of those white guys worked as hard as those guys that were Spanish. And you know what? And every day, they never complained, and they were the first ones there and the last ones to leave, and they always worked harder than anybody. I have the utmost respect for them. And you're gonna tell me that you wanna not let them in? Who's gonna do the work? All the crying white people with all the money and the houses and the whole thing? Get out of here. Come on, it's ridiculous. You know, like, there's all these people that are so good. They bring like a richness to the country, and they bring, you know, they think of all the things they bring, like, you know, I mean, even in the, 1700s, that when they wouldn't want, no Irish people, they weren't allowed to work, you know? Come on, why not? Just give everybody a chance to make a better life for themselves, you know? There's people in like parts of Africa that they're getting killed every day, like little kids, you know? Let them come here, let them feed them. We got enough food. We're not gonna run out of food. Feed everybody, you know? But there's people who die from a mosquito bite. Come on. In 2016. And we're worried about whether our internet connection works. It makes me sad. But I still believe that there's a chance for it to change. I still believe that people care enough. So I think that it's up to the people to do it. That's what I think.